All right. Looking at my Gucci, it's about that time. Here for a reaction to the Clipse album, Let God Sort 'Em Out. And this is going to be my first reaction to an album. I've done reactions to my own music, my own past music, where I deconstructed the bars. This is my first time reacting to somebody else's music. And this is sort of interesting because, well, I'll tell you why in a minute. But before we do that, just come on into the chat and let's get ready to talk about it. Come on in and do the thing. Greet somebody in Reason's name. Say what's up. Glad you're here. I know there's a lot of places you could be tonight or this afternoon or this morning, and I'm glad you're here rocking with Ichabod. My name is Be Good, and I'm a former Christian and a former Christian rapper. So I have something like should I say an expertise? I have a certain palette, what I look for in rap that I give a thumbs up to. And I'm not saying that my thumbs up matters. I'm not saying that I have any kind of, gatekeeper ability. But to some who think that I have an opinion that's worth hearing, you'll get to hear my opinion on some things hip hop related tonight. So yeah, come on into the chat. What's up, guys? I see y'all in the chat. Adi, Tranview, what's happening? Mo Wheat, what's good? Mo Wheat says, good evening. My God. David DeBow says, in Reason's name, y'all. And speaking of in Reason's name, go cop some merch. We got the t-shirts in the store now. In Reason's name, a man or a woman or a human, go cop a shirt from the store. If you're like, where's the store? The link is going to be in the description if you don't see it already, or just look underneath the video. You should see them underneath the video, the shop site. So go check that out. Yes. Throw a 1 in the chat if you've already listened to the album. Throw a 2 in the chat if you've not heard it and you're looking forward to hearing it tonight. I have not heard the album yet. I heard one song, and I have not even read about the album. I wanted to come into this without any preconditioning. So, okay, a couple 2s in the chat. So this will be a treat for all of us. Do this. Throw a 1 in the chat if you are or not are. If you were a Clipse fan back in the day. It's been 16 years, I think, since they put out a project. If you were a Clipse fan back in the day, throw a 1 in the chat. If you were not a Clipse fan, throw a 2 in the chat. If you were a Clipse fan, 1 in the chat. If you were not a Clipse fan, 2 in the chat. And don't put a 2 if you just don't like rap at all. Like, that's not fair. Like, if you're a fan of hip hop, fan of rap music, but you weren't a fan of the Clipse, then throw your 2 in the chat. Okay. My Unique Monique says she was a 1. She was a Clipse fan. Tranview said only Daytona, 1.2. Okay. David DeBow says, this is remedial hip-hop education for me. I missed Clipse and Pusha T entirely until now. So I did not miss them. Maybe I did. I missed them. I curved the Clipse back in the day. I missed them intentionally. They came on the scene, what was it? Early 2000s, I think it was. Right as the South was starting to get hot. So hip hop started on the East Coast, went to the West Coast, and then it kind of did this tour of the Southwest and Texas, and then Florida, places like Miami, and then settled in Atlanta. As hip hop was taking that tour, the more Southern it began to sound, the more I was like, this ain't for me. And you may not know, I think it was, when did Nas do Hip Hop Is Dead? I think around 2006, Hip Hop Is Dead. And many people suspected, and I think too, even though Nas, I think, has since cleared it up and said something different. Back then, Nas said hip hop is dead because hip hop had moved from the Northeast to the South, and it lacked some of the things you wanted from hip hop in the Northeast. It lacked, some could say, just a certain eloquence, a certain intelligence. You know, you had people like KRS-One, who was called the teacher. Even the hoodlums in hip hop, you had people called intelligent hoodlum. Even the hoodlums in hip hop were trying to teach you something. They were trying to edutain you. When hip hop moved to the South, it lost that edutainment value. It was just pure entertainment. So Nas put out the album Hip Hop is Dead, and many people suspected he was aiming that at the South and blaming the South for killing hip hop. Later on, he tried to clean it up and say, no, I just meant it was becoming too commercial, or it was losing it. He tried to clean it up later on. But it's interesting, Nas is on this album towards the end of it. But in saying that, when I, as a Northeast hip hop enthusiast and participant, when hip hop moved to the South, I stopped checking for it. I was still checking for people like T.I. and Luda, because they had the kind of skill set that people in the North were checking for. Many others, they lacked that skill set. People like Jeezy and, you know, Gucci Mane and all, they lacked the skill set that we were checking for. So when the Clipse came out, being from Virginia, the Clipse say their career broke in Philly. It was the DJs in Philly that started playing grinding. They say that's what actually put them on the map. And so you can imagine how mad I was at Philly at that time, because I wasn't really feeling their sound. There was something very simplistic about their style to me. Too simplistic. Think about Wu-Tang, right? Wu-Tang, the rap group, not the dance. The name Wu-Tang, they said, stands for witty, unpredictable talent and natural game. And when I listened to Clipse, I didn't catch anything witty in what they were doing. They didn't have anything unpredictable. Like, a lot of their schemes, their rhyme schemes, their bars were predictable. And I couldn't really sense the talent in what they were doing. But I did think they had the last two, natural game. There was something about what they were doing. It's like there's an air about what they're doing. I don't know if it's the confidence or there was the bravado, the pitches of their voice, a certain clarity in their speech pattern. There was something about it that you could sense that, okay, they got natural game, but that witty, that unpredictability, the natural talent, like, where's that at? So that was me personally. That's why I saw them and I curved them. I curved people from the North too. I curved Jim Jones. I curved the whole squad up there because I wasn't feeling their flow. So anyway, all that to say, I didn't listen to anything from the Clipse until, this is how late in the game it was, until Pusha T came out with It's Almost Dry. And so I have a extra interest in this project because when he came out with It's Almost Dry, I think it was 2019 maybe, or 2021, I don't remember. I still wasn't fully out of the closet as an unbeliever yet. So I still had some Christian concerns. And his brother, No Malice, who used to go by just Malice when they were a group, his brother left the group because he became a Christian. And he's like, I'm not going to rap about the drug stuff no more. That was another thing I couldn't get with the Clipse because it was just a whole lot of drug paraphernalia and drug talk. I just was like, as a Christian and as a Northeastern dude, I just was like, if you're not going to like give me the talent to make that kind of stuff go down smoother, I'm not going to just listen to you talk about the block and cooking in the kitchen and all that just to hear it. I'm not going to do that. So when his brother Malice left the group because he became a Christian, honestly, I never listened to Malice as a Christian rapper either, even though I was a Christian at the time, because I just didn't like their rap style. So it was interesting to me though when I heard It's Almost Dry, because I think what made me listen to It's Almost Dry from Pusha T, his solo album, it was people were talking about him as a lyricist. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't remember him being some heavyweight lyricist. They were like, yo, he was on the track with Kendrick and he held his own on the track with Kendrick. I'm like, what? No, not the. And so I went and listened to It's Almost Dry. And I was like, yo, you know what? I get it. I was wrong. Now, I wouldn't say I was wrong. What I will say is I can see why people appreciate his skill set. Still don't think I like Malice, but when I was listening to Pusha T, I was like, I get it. Still a little too inconsistent with the rhymes for me, for the kind of rapper that I was. Like, anybody can just get on the beat and talk. If you take bars off, like a person at a job taking a day off, like, to me, you can't take too many bars off and me still look at you as a lyricist. A lyricist is working full time, making every bar count. There's something in it. There's some unpredictable rhyme. There's wordplay. There's a punchline. There's a cadence. There's an internal rhyme scheme. There's a multi-syllable rhyme. There's something that's going to make me say you put in work. If you take a bar off where you feel like, oh, you ain't got a rhyme on this bar, you ain't got a rhyme for 3 bars in a row. Like, what are we doing? Like, you could just go be a preacher. Like, don't pick up a mic and rap to me, and don't be rhyming or don't be giving me something witty. And so even on It's Almost Dry, there was still too much of that. I was like, you're not working your pen. But I was able to appreciate it, and I could see there were golden moments where he did shine. I'm like, okay, so you do know how to do it. You do know how to put in work. You just aren't committed to doing it in every bar. And I guess I just got to take it for what it was. So saying all that, when the hype for this project started building up, I said, wait, they're back together. He's back with his brother, the guy who became a Christian, and said, I'm not going to rap with my brother no more because he's still on that street stuff and I'm off that. So part of me was just interested to see, how does No Malice, he's not Malice anymore, he's No Malice. How do you get back with your brother while he's talking that street shit? And what are you talking about? Like, what's it sound like? But the one thing I did come to respect about Pusha T was he's not a slouch. So I'm like, okay, if you guys are getting back together to do something, I know it's going to be something that's worth it. It's going to be worth my time. So I decided to get on and do this live reaction because I wanted to listen to it anyway. But because I value my time, I wanted to turn my listening of the album into an episode so I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So that being said, I'm going to dive into the album. I'm going to just pull it up. We're going to listen to it together. And I'm going to pause it where I need to pause it to give my thoughts and feedback. You guys can feel free to throw your feedback in the comment section or in the chat, and we'll just see what it sounds like. Here's what I'm going to be listening for. I am going to be having my ears up for, like, is it the kind of lyricism that I would appreciate? I'm going to have my ears up for, how is Malice, No Malice now, co-signing what his brother is saying, or is even No Malice jumping into, like, I can still talk that talk? That would be interesting. I don't have a dog in the fight anymore. I'm not a Christian, so I don't care. You say what you want, whatever they want to say. There's no judgment from me about, oh, you shouldn't be talking like that. But I do still, just as a human being who wants to see my people, Black folks in the inner city, folks who live to this music, because I want to see them doing well, I am still going to have an ear up for, is this music, is this content, like, is this going to help us overall? Is this going to pull us down, or is it going to help lift us up? So I'm not going to be coming from some Christian standpoint of, oh, you can't talk like that. I'll be coming from a humanitarian standpoint of, do we need you still in the kitchen at this stage of life, at this age of life? So my unique Monique says this will be my 6th listen to the album. Okay. Have you watched interviews about it? Have you seen anything? If there are things that I need to know that you think will help me appreciate it more, throw it in the chat. But I didn't want to be influenced by anything before I dove into it. So let me get my my playlist up, just so I know the names of the songs. All right. So this first one, hopefully I'm doing this in the same order that they appear in the album. This first one is Birds Don't Sing, featuring John Legend. And I think this is the one I heard that they actually got Stevie Wonder to come in and play the keys. And if that's the case, this is definitely going to be a treat. You, Mr. Biscuit is in the house. What's happening? Now he does, Mr. Biscuit does these on a regular. So, and Daryl Williams said, sonically, the album is beautiful. Pharrell is a genius. Yeah, I mean, I've heard the term classic. I've heard that they put in work. The rollout for the album, I'm in several group chats. They kept sending links like, yo, they putting out this. And so I listened to So Be It. That's one of the ones they put in my group chat. And I could hear just on that song how seriously they were taking the production and how seriously they were taking, just this presentation. All right, so here we go. Let me know if you can't hear anything. Let me know if my mic starts cracking up like it does sometimes. Other than that, we gonna go.
It was in God's hands. Yeah, it was in.
All right, take it back to the
Lost in emotion, mama's youngest. Trying to navigate life without my compass. Some experience death and feel numb.
So hold on. I just talked about Wu-Tang, right? Witty, unpredictable talent, and natural game. Just that first bar, right? Talk about being his mama's youngest, and then said trying to navigate life without my compass. Who would have rhymed youngest with compass? So just that alone, that ability to bend words and make things work for you, already I'm feeling where they're going with it. So let's see.
Life without my compass. Some experience death and feel numbness, but not me. I felt it all and couldn't function. Seeing you that day, telling you my plans, but I was leaving you that day. It was in God's hands. Yeah, it was at Elon's, waiting to get with me. On my way to Texas, that's when Virginia hit me. And I realized in that instant, our last conversation, you was against it. Told you I was going to church for Thanksgiving. I heard what I wanted to hear, but didn't listen. You said you told Jean that Buck needed forgiveness. I see you went to Didi's and stuffed both her fridges. You even told Dad you wished y'all never split it. See, you were checking boxes, I was checking my mentions. Saying you was tired but not ready to go. Basically was dying without letting me know. I love you, Med Naj. Hate that he won't remember you. Two things that break my heart is what November's do. And T follows you. Now mind you, Didi calls you, Gene finds you. Was that your vision? Precision, while I'm reminiscing.
So the way he started, I thought this was him talking about their group breaking up. Like we had our last conversation and you told me that, you know, we weren't going to be together anymore. But now it sounds like he's talking about somebody passed away. So let me take it back a couple bars.
Now mind you, Didi calls you, Gene finds you. Was that your vision? Precision, while I'm reminiscing, it all hits different, my list.
The birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they screech and play. The birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they screech and play.
Okay, I see in the chat, My Unique Monique says their parents died 4 months apart. Oh, that wasn't the one I wanted to put, but thank you for that. My Unique Monique says their parents died 4 months apart, so this song is a tribute to. Okay, yep, was picking up on something there.
The birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they screech and pain.
Your car was in the driveway, I knew you were home. By the third knock, a chill ran through my bones. The way you miss mama, I guess I should have known. Chivalry ain't dead, you ain't.
So y'all gotta help me. I don't know them as rappers, But just already from the way he came in, I'm thinking the first verse was Pusha T. This is Malice. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm only saying that because this is what I meant a minute ago. With Pusha T, I could see his pen at work. When Malice when this rapper who's rapping now, I think this is No Malice, whoever this rapper is, he immediately came in on a very basic rhyme pattern, and everything he said so far, it reminds me of a very old school way of rapping. There's nothing bad about that. It's just it was stuff that I wouldn't check for. And you can hear the skill difference from verse 1 to verse 2.
Let her go alone. Found you in the kitchen, scriptures in the den, half-written text that you never got to send. Combing through your dresser drawer, where do I begin? Posted noted Bible quotes, were you preparing then? I can hear your voice now, I can feel your presence.
Damn, so regardless of what I just said about the skill level, the way he's painting this picture, like I've never lost a parent, and I've been fortunate enough not to have lost anyone relative wise that close. But damn, like I'm fighting back tears just the way he's running this picture down. Half sent text messages you didn't get to send, and were you preparing it? Like there's something to be said for simplicity.
Should I rap again? You gave me your blessing. The way you spelled it out, there's an L in every lesson. Boy, you owe it to the world. Let your mess become your message. Shared you with my friends, the pops they never had. You lived for our fishing trips. Damn, I had a dad. Mine taught discipline. Mine taught structure. Mine didn't mind when he had to pull a double. Mine worked overtime, smiled through the struggle. Cause mine wouldn't let us feel what he had to suffer. See, mine made sure he had every base covered. So imagine his pain finding bass in the cupboard. Birds don't sing if the words don't sting. Your last few words in my ears still ring. You told me that you love me, it was all in your tone. I love my 2 sons was the code to your phone. Now you home.
Oh, the birds don't sing, no they don't. The birds don't sing, they screech and bang. Don't the truth know it?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I can't front. Like that verse hit harder than the first verse. It was so vivid and so from the heart and to the heart. My goodness. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I'm gonna move to the next song because I don't want to belabor this, but I'm gonna be listening to that one. I got a feeling that's gonna be on repeat right there. And yeah, y'all right. John Legend definitely put the finishing touch on that, but still verse 2 for me, that was fire. Let me get the next song. Next song is Chandeliers. Is that? No, that can't be the next song. Let me go. I'm in the wrong thing. Sorry. Oh, this is the joint with Kendrick. So what's the name of this one? I'm going to have to pull up the other page because I can't see it on here. I thought I had all my give me one sec. So somebody tried to send me this one with Kendrick today. And as soon as I opened it, I saw it and I shut it right back up. I'm like, yo, I can't listen to it before the night. I haven't heard any of these songs yet. And I want this to be my first time. All right. So this is Chains and Whips. Okay. Y'all probably put it in the chat by now, but Lenny Kravitz on guitar. Damn, they went all in and all out. Okay. Thanks, my unique Monique, for that insight. Let's see what they do.
is culturally inappropriate.
You run from the spirit of repossession. Too much enamel covers your necklace. I buy bitches, you buy them sections. You buy watches, I buy collections. Misery.
So I heard him spit this as an oc and a cappella, and I think he was sending this to Jim Jones, or at least in the clip that I saw, it was like, well, this applies to him. But basically, he's getting at one of his haters right here.
You run from the spirit of repossession. Too much enamel covers your necklace. I buy bitches.
I took it back because that's just an ill thing to say to somebody. You run from the spirit of repossession. I mean, that's just foul. I mean, damn. If you're struggling out there, I'm not laughing at you. But the fact that he's telling another 40-year-old, 50-year-old rapper that he ain't got his shit together, he's running not from the repo man, no, because it ain't just one. You run from the spirit of repossession. Oh my gosh, that's classic.
You buy them sections. You buy watches, I buy collections. Misery's fueling your aggression. Jealousy's turned into obsession. Reality TV is mud wrestling. Some sign checks I know better than. Beware of my name that there's delicate. You know I know where you're delicate. Crush you to pieces, I hum a breath of it. I will close your heaven for the hell of it. You think it'd be valor amongst veterans.
So this is what I appreciated about Pusha T. Like, he is witty. Like, he's comical with his. I'll close your heaven for the hell of it. Just the play on ideas. Sometimes you don't have to play on words. You can play on ideas and be just as, if not more effective. So I appreciate that about what he's doing here.
I'm watching your fame escape relevance. We all in a room, but here's the elephant. You chasing a feature out of your element. And those lab diamonds under inspection. The question marks block your blessings. It's no tombstones in the desert. I know by now you get the message. Uncle said, nigga, you must be sick. All you talk about is just get rich. Choke my neck, nigga, and ice my bitch.
So is this considered a diss track? Because if he's targeting Jim Jones in this entire verse, this has got to be a diss track, right?
The system with chains and whips. It don't take much to put two and two. Your lucky streak is now losing you. Money's dried up like a cuticle. You're gasping for air now, it's beautiful. John 10:10, that's my usual. Mamas is falling out in funeral.
John 10:10, that's my usual. That's a scripture. What's John 10:10? Anybody know off the top? Because like I said, what I want to see is how does his brother's bravado and street tenacity that he left, that malice left behind, no malice left behind, how does he jive with that? So what is he talking about here? John 10:10, let's see. He said, that's my usual. The thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. I have come so that you may have life and have it more abundantly. So he's going to give life in this verse. Is that like to contrast his brother playing the Grim Reaper? Let me go back and see what's he talking about here. You come that he might have life and life more abundantly. Where's that at?
Money's dried up like a cuticle. And whips. It don't take much to put two and two. Your lucky streak is now losing you. Money's dried up like a cuticle. You're gasping for air now, it's beautiful. John 10:10, that's my usual. Mamas is falling out in funerals. And bomb and blow, they now viewing you. They never find the guns, but the sewers do. Bubbles was sick, he need medicine. Brought him back.
I don't get it. Is this the life and life more abundantly? He's talking. What is he talking about? He's talking about basically, unless he's doing the old school, which is, well, maybe it's not old school because battle rappers still do it. I'm lyrically murdering you. but all these references to like guns don't get like they don't find guns. The sewers find the guns. Like we kill you and we put the guns in this. What is he talking about? What kind of this is Malice? Not no. Maybe y'all know better than I do. Did he change his name back to Malice for this project? Is he back to that dude, or is he still No Malice? Because I'm not getting that from this verse.
To life, now we're dead again. Richard don't make watches for presidents. Just a million trapped between skeletons. This the darkest that I ever been. The diamonds make you taste peppermint. You ain't thriving in snow like it's the Revenant. And send orders back down to keep shoveling. Uncle said, nigga, you must be sick. All you talk about is just get rich. Choke my neck, nigga, and ice my bitch. Beat the system with chains and whips.
Oh, wait. Okay, so he said he's Malice now? I missed that. Okay. Is there more to this? Like, is he Malice for this project, or is he back to being Malice from now on? Either way, I like this unorthodox track, like the beatscape that they're rapping on. I like how sort of it's kind of got like almost like a jungle vibe to it, this mysterious vibe to it. And it works with the threats that they're giving. These aren't really threats, even though he's talking about funerals and mothers falling out and guns getting hit. This comes across not as threats, but almost like warnings. Hammers Over Striker said, I think he's going the Mace route. And what is the Mace route? Is it like I'm not on that religious stuff no more? Or is it to get my money, I can be these two different people? I can be the religious guy in my private life, but out here I can be who I need to be. What's that mean, the Mace route? I'm gonna go to the next song unless anybody says, nah, the third verse is murder. Go to the third verse, it's crazy. Otherwise, I'm gonna skip to the third verse. Because even though I like the beatscape, it's not like I don't need to stick around for that. So my Monique says, in interviews I saw, he still mentions his faith, so seems he wants a foot in both worlds. Interesting. And then Haile Maui, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. He said in the Joe Budden podcast interview, he said it's Malice. Okay. Oh, Kendrick is third? Oh, okay. I forgot that Kendrick was on this one. Thank you for letting me know because I was about to skip it.
Get calling and look side to side like what did they say in the Lord's voice, and then you realize that the devil is talking to you.
I'm not the candidate to vibe with. I don't fuck with the kumbaya shit. All that talent must be God sent. I send your ass back to the cosmics. The thing
I don't fuck with the kumbaya shit. So basically, like it's not going to be peace. That's what this whole song had, that feeling of, I don't know what you thought this was. It's not going to be peace. That's why I was wondering, like, is he Malice or No Malice? Because it sounded like a warning. So for Kendrick to just to state it clearly, fuck it, it's not going to be peace when I'm here.
I seen under my eyelids, kaleidoscope dreams, murder and sirens. Let's be clear, hip hop died again. Half of my profits may go to rock.
So remember, I said that right at the beginning. I said in the early 2000s, when hip hop moved to the South, Nas finally gave the verdict in 2006 and said hip hop died. For Kendrick to say hip hop died again, what does he mean there? Nas was talking about hip hop lost something that was integral to what it was. I think it was that Northeast edutainment factor. Nas later on, years later, came back and said, no, it lost. It's something about, what did he say? It's business acumen. He tried to clean it up saying something else. I wonder what Kendrick is referring to when he says hip hop died again. But then he says, he gave a shout out to Rocky.
Things I seen under my eyelids, kaleidoscope dreams, murder and sirens. Let's be clear, hip-hop died again. Half of my profits may go to Rakim. How many Judases that let me down? But fuck it, the West Minds, we right now. Therapy showed me how to open up. It also showed me I don't give a fuck. The two-time Gemini with the genocide, I'm generous, however you want it, I'll be the gentle kind.
And remember, I was talking about that wordplay, right? I can already hear him going in with the it's not just alliteration. He's taking this rhyme scheme of gentle con, let's see if he keeps it going.
Gentlemen and gangsters connect, the agenda of mine. Move niggas up out of here, this shit get
That's how you do it. Let me go back a little bit.
Office may go to Rakim. How many Judases that let me down? But fuck it, the West Minds, we right now. Therapy showed me how to open up. It also showed me I don't give a fuck. The two-time Gemini with the genocide, I'm generous, however you want it, I'll be the gentle kind. Gentlemen and gangsters connect, the agenda of mine. Move niggas up out of here, this shit get gentrified. Heavy jeans like Genevieve's, I drop your Pentagon.
Yes. See, this is what I check for. This is what I check for. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all lost the video because it came out of the box. Hold on. There we go. Move niggas up out of here. It get gentrified. So he's already killing you with the wordplay, and then he's bringing in these the idea play in here. This is what I check for. This is what gets me out of my seat. And an album full of this would have been glorious. But like I said, you don't always have to be super duper lyrical. But Kendrick on this track being super duper lyrical, this is already like I was about to skip it before. Now this is going to get like extra play from me because of what he's doing.
Gentlemen and gangsters connect, the agenda of mine. Move niggas up out of here, this shit get gentrified. Heavy jeans like Genevieve's, I drop your Pentagon to show up at your gender reveal and tell them give me mine. I son niggas, I am the general, wear my gin and juice. Every song in the book of Genesis, let the sun
show up at your gender reveal and tell them give me mine. I son niggas. I don't even use the N-word, but I'm repeating it because he said it. But yo, now I was just thinking, Mo. I was just wondering if Pusha is talking about Jim Jones. I was wondering if Drake was. If Kendrick was talking about Drake here. So hold on, I got to go back just a little bit because I'm diving into the wordplay. And I'm trying to think about how it applies.
The two-time Gemini with the genocide, I'm generous, however you want it, I'll be the gentle kind. Gentlemen and gangsters connect, the agenda of mine. Move niggas up out of here, this shit get gentrified. Heavy jeans like Genevieve's, I drop your Pentagon to show up at your gender reveal and tell them give me mine. I son niggas, I am the general, wear my gin and juice. Every song in the book of Genesis, let the sonics boom. Niggas want the tea on me, well here's the ginger root. I generate residuals, bitch, get off my genital.
They want the tea on me. Here's the ginger root. Yo. I think one of the things I'll also check for when I listen is not that I'm going to ever rap again, but who would inspire me to rap again? That would, like, hearing what he's doing. If I thought there were fans for the kind of things that I used to do when I write, I think I would be more enthused to do it. Like hearing what Drake is doing. I mean, not Drake. Drake is on my mind now. Hearing what Kendrick is doing, I wonder if he writes. What I mean is, like, I never wrote my lyrics down. I wrote all my stuff in my head. And like, there are people who, when they hear my bars, like, yo, you did it in your head? I'm like, yeah, I did it in my head. I just like the challenge of seeing it. If I could do this wordplay and run these rhyme schemes and multi-syllables and all in my head. Maybe I'm just lazy. I hate writing stuff down. If you guys know that there's a Christian rapper named Tim Brindle. One day I saw his rhyme book and I saw the way he writes. It's maddening. This dude has, like, if this is a page, he's got all the words that rhyme with this word written over here. He's got a whole nother thing of rhymes that rhyme with this word over here. He's got some other things that rhyme with another concept in a circle over here. So on his page, he's got all these different ideas, and then he plots them out and then makes them all rhyme and puts his verse together. I wasn't doing anything that intricate, but what I was doing was intricate. I did it up here. When I hear what Kendrick is doing in this verse, I'm like, I wonder if he wrote this stuff down or if he did this in his head. But the challenge, like hearing somebody like him do that, it's an immediate challenge to me. Like, so don't you want to do it again? Can you top that? Can you do that? This is the kind of stuff that gets me going. This verse is killer.
Mind, move niggas up out of here. This shit get gentrified. Heavy jeans like Genevieve's. I drop your Pentagon to show up at your gender reveal and tell them, give me mine. I son niggas, I am the general. Wear my gin and juice. Every song in the book of Genesis. Let the sonics boom. Niggas want the tea on me. Well, here's the ginger root. I generate residuals, bitch. Get off my genitals. They say I couldn't reach Gen Z. You fucking dickheads. You must be full of that ginseng. Here comes the jinx, yeah. They genetics been synthetic. Screaming they genius. A finger wave, they all fall. Niggas is Jenga. God gave me light. A good year full of free will. Trunk card, tell me not to spare your life. Motherfucker.
You know we get calling and look side to side like what did they say in the Lord's voice, and then you realize that the devil is talking to you.
Wow. Okay. Can't front. That was crazy. Not just for Kendrick, but Kendrick definitely was the anchor on that for a reason. Yeah, that's going to take a couple more listens from me. That was crazy.
POV kilos in my mind back. Take Amtrak down south, then she flies back. My connect has ponytails tied back. I just hit 6 mil behind Tyvek. They content create. I despise that.
This is POV featuring Tyler, the Creator.
Content, then they tries that. Run these Jews, there's rules I don't buy back. I've topped all these lists, where's my prize? All I see is 60-day stars and 20-year thousandaires. Not enough shopping, whole lot of browsing theirs. My reinvention, I know you thinking how's it fair? You stream kings, but you never fit a crowd in there. Supreme team parallels when the powder clears. I seen things that I'm still not even proud to share.
Wow. So one of the things I was going to look for in this album is, you know, what are you going to say that somebody at your stage in the game, age of life, level of success, what are you going to say that's true to you? Were you going to just come out and talk about the stuff you did 20 years ago? And it's interesting hearing what he's talking about in this verse, still flossing on or still, trying to show that he's on another level than other people, but talking about stream kings, but you can't fit crowds in there. So it's almost like he's acknowledging who's hot now and why they're hot, but you're still not able to do what people used to do when they would pack stadiums. You can't pack a stadium, you just get a bunch of streams. And it's a different, you can't compete. You can't compare on that level. So I think it's interesting to hear him, like he said in the last song, he's sunning people. He's showing you how he's got that father-like quality, but he's doing it in a very relevant way. I got to give him respect for that.
You Zeus Network niggas, you hear me loud and clear. Get these 5,500 to hosting niggas out of here. Sand color Rolls Royce, we like Saudi's here. The only Audi here is driven by my owl pair. Ghost face with the wrist, bird falconer. Willie Falcone trunk full of talcum here. Shotgun with your ex feels like Malcolm's near. Send a hit through a text, ain't no shouting here. Bypass MIA, too much crowd in there. I spend summers with connects, love that mountain air. POV kilos in my mind.
I appreciate the rhyme scheme, the entire verse. That's an old school trait to take a rhyme scheme, especially if it's a multi-syllable, 3-syllable or more rhyme scheme, and do it for the entire verse. I think the most impressive version of that I've ever heard was Lupe Fiasco's Glory, where he took a 6-syllable rhyme scheme, the same one, and did 3 16-bar verses with the same 6-syllable rhyme scheme for the entire song. So for him, I mean, not to say that anybody has to even try to compete with that, but what he just did in this verse was take a 3-syllable rhyme scheme and work it through the entire verse. I appreciate that. That's just, like I said, you put your pen to work.
Take Amtrak down south, then she flies back. My connect has ponytails tied back. I just hit 6 mil behind Tyvek. They content create, I despise that. I create content, then they tries that. Run these Jews, there's rules I don't buy back. I've topped all these lists, where's my prize at?
Call me Mr. Brella, how I weather the storm. At 43 milli, I peel off like an orange. I got deaf and blind bitches trying to see what it do. Little feature niggas threatening to sue. Tell your lawyer to set the fee.
This is just me as a lyricist. When you say a line like, and forgive me, like I said, when I say these terms, I don't use nigga and bitch in my dialect, but I'm saying what they said. When you say I got deaf and blind bitches trying to see what it do, like the lyricist in me wants you to not just make your punchline have to do with the blind part of the verse. Use the deaf part. Like, why use these two handicaps, if you want to call them? Why use these two things and then only make your punchline have to speak to one of them? I got deaf and blind bitches trying to hear what it do, or something. Like, put them both in there some kind of way. I'm not going to do it for you, but that's just a letdown to somebody like me. I want to see you make it all connect. If you're going to use it for all it's good for.
Off like an orange, I got deaf and blind bitches trying to see what it do. Little feature niggas threatening to sue. Tell your lawyer to set the fee. La Ferrari doors open up like it's therapy. That number ain't bread to me. That million is crumbs. You niggas is bums. I'm not a tough guy. I'm a fly boy. Them beats get you stung. Oh nah nah nah, yeah they will bust for me. Tricky niggas puzzle me. I could never buy a bitch a Birkin cause she fucking me. I got homes I ain't sleeping in. The options my nigga push. Keep dirty white moving like mosh pits, they watching. I'm like white bitches the way I pop shit. I need God to play the lead in my biopic. The curse.
Everything else he said, I was waiting for something that I could react to. And I even heard my own when I said I got deaf and blind bitches trying to hear what it do. I left out the C part of it. So all that's just to show it would take more work to put both of those things, vision and hearing, into your punchline. But that line he just kicked, I'm gonna need God to play me in my biopic. Like, that's a crazy line. When you talk, like, you go back to like Dolomite and, playing the dozens and trying to say things about yourself that is just unreal, but it's better than the next person's going to say. To say I need God to play me in my biopic. The old Christian me would have called that blasphemy. I remember I was playing with my nephew one time, and he was like becoming characters, and we were playing, and he got to some point, we were playing around. He said, I reached God level, and I stopped my nephew. I sat him down and chastised him verbally for trying to say he reached the God tier. Like, no, there's only one God. You can't do that. Now, when I hear these kind of those kind of lines, I just laugh. I just think that's a great a great flex to say. You need God to play you in your biopic.
The Z rolls where you become the devil or the tap dancing Negro. I came to terms that I'ma probably outgrow my hero. Come get with me.
POV kilos in my back. Take Amtrak down south, then she flies back. My connect has ponytails tied back. I just hit.
What I appreciate about that verse is it's hip hop to jump on a feature with people, especially if there's somebody like Pusha T in the group who's got the reputation of being a top-notch lyricist, and to bring your A game. And whether or not I actually liked that verse, I feel like you tried to bring your A game. I could hear you were trying to bring your A game.
6 mil behind Tyvek. They content create, I despise that. I create content, then they tries that. Run these Jews, there's rules I don't buy back. I've topped all these.
They content create. I don't buy that. I create content. What is the difference?
Create. I hit 6 mil behind Tyvek. They content create. I despise that. I create content, then they tries that.
Somebody in the chat, let me know what's the difference. They content create. I don't buy that. I create content. I think I see what he's trying to say. My unit, when he said, been trying to figure out that line too. To say I create content, it's almost like you saying, like, my life is a movie, everything I do is worth being content, as opposed to somebody who's forcing it, trying to content create. Maybe that's what he's saying. Like, you gotta force your stuff. My stuff is natural. Maybe that's what he's trying to say there.
Run these jewels, there's rules I don't buy back. I've topped all these lists, where's my prize at? If they had to weigh the operation, call it obese. I mix it like...
I was waiting for the dimension change. For a while, that was sort of the thing. And I think Tyler, the creator, on his last project, he was good with that. These dimension changes are changing the entire track mid-song. I was waiting for one of those to pop up. So this is a nice one right here.
Content, then Nate tries that. Run these jewels, there's rules I don't buy back. I've topped all these lists, where's my prize at? If they had to weigh the operation, call it obese. I mix it like my homes, then I tell them go deep. The rag top drop, playing hide and go seek.
You don't get a lot of bass lines in rap music these days, so I appreciate just the bass line. Groovy bass line.
The Bentley leather match the pipe, and that's the motif. Just to think I built a rap career off in OZ. I'm watching new niggas rap just to OD. If I didn't give you both sides, I wouldn't be me. I was the only one to walk away and really be free. As far as I'm concerned, I do really be he. I can open up my closet with the skeleton key. If I lied to myself,
I wonder if that was one of Malice's, like, this is an ode to my faith. I'm the only one to walk away and really be free. Is he kind of throwing a line like, yo, I'm not a slave to hip hop, the streets, my old life, whatever. These are things that, as a Christian rapper, we used to make those kind of statements. And that sounds like that could be a nod to that.
Sell it to me. I done sung along with rappers I never believed. Came back for the money, that's the devil in me. Had to hide it from the church, that's the...
So maybe he can't be referring to what I just said, because if you came back for the money, that's the devil in me, then really are you free?
Jekyll in me. I never thought twice what the pressure would be, cause niggas' chains look just like oppression to me. POV kilos in my back. Take Amtrak down south, then she flies back. My connect has ponytails tied back. I just hit 6 mil behind Tyvek. They content create, I despise that. I create content, then they tries that. Run these jewels there.
I don't like the dimension change back. I think they should have stayed in that groovy bass line zone. They should have just let the beat fade out on that. Cam says, Malice said it was just a bar. You know what? I would probably rap again if I could get myself to the point of just letting it be bars. For so long, I only became a rapper because I had something, I was trying to communicate the Christian message, the gospel. And I got better and better and better at it because I had something to say. These days, I don't have some grand overall point to make. And so whenever I try, like, I got like a running list. I got a notepad in my phone where I just got bars. I just every once in a while I'll just throw a new bar in there. But I'm like, what am I going to attach it to? How am I going to string it along? What am I trying to say? I don't have anything. I don't like, there's no motivation. I wish I could make songs and say, oh, it was just a bar. Maybe that might be my motivation. I might try to make a song of just bars that don't have to mean shit. I don't know if I could do, because my instinct and my reflex, my muscle memory as it pertains to writing, I can't just have a bar for nothing. But that's interesting. If he said that was just a bar, so be it. And speaking of so be it, I think that was supposed to be next, but I'm skipping so be it because I've already heard that. So I want to react to stuff that I've never heard at all before. First time. So this next song is Ace Trumpets. Let's see what it do.
Sprees in Soho, you had to see it. Strippers shaking ass and watching the dough blow. Ace trumpets and rose mode. Yellow diamonds look like PP. Bitches fly from DC on my private to Waikiki. 3P.
I'm already feeling this. Yo, this track is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. That the bass drop.
PP. Bitches fly from DC on my private to Waikiki. 3P. Niggas is my sons and that's on repeat. Sins of the father, so I call you little Michis. It's easy. How could you and me be?
Sins of the father, so I'll call you little Michi. So you already got the reference there. BMF.
Ever seen his peers, can't compare, you just CC. Don't you know these clears in my ears, only VVs? Play musical chairs, Fred Astaire through these GTs. Too much wear and tear on your bitch, she couldn't please me. White glove service with the brick, I am Luigi. Sold ecstasy and disappeared, I am Houdini. Look at them, him and him, still waiting on Yeezy. I hope you got your squeegees. Had your interviews, I just kikied, life's peachy.
Hope you got your squeegees. He's talking about waiting on Yeezys. Like you're gonna be homeless waiting on this dude. Is that what he's saying here?
Step with Riri, you rappers all beneath me, but love like the Bee Gees. International flights connect me to the Wi-Fi. The only way you reach me,
Once again, bending words to make them rhyme. Connect me to the Wi-Fi instead of Wi-Fi because I'm in this rhyme scheme. That's the wittiness, the unpredictable, making your pen work.
Arenas, doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. Shopping sprees in Soho, you had to see it. Strippers shaking ass and watching the dough blow. Ace trumpets.
I'm liking the dimension changes in these songs.
Panama fishing village, visiting with Papa, with choppers. All of you imposter, simply just Ferrari window shoppers. The one that I just saw that looked like it was built by NASA. Over $500,000 we call for Kasha.
Hold on, he said all of you imposter, and I had the volume down. I'm wondering if the rapper in me is wondering if I missed some wordplay. Like, did he actually say something about sauce and pasta? All of you imposter. If not, that would have been that's a great missed opportunity, but I hope he did. Let me go back and see if he did do something like that.
Panama fishing village, Rose Mose, Penny Alavaca. Panama fishing village, visiting with Papa, with choppers. All of you imposter, simply just Ferrari window shoppers. The one that I just saw that looked like
there's I think it's like a Italian dish. All of you imposters.
All of you. Panama fishing, Panama fishing village, visiting with Papa, with choppers. All of you imposter, simply just Ferrari window shoppers. The one that I just saw that looked like it was built by NASA. Over $500,000 we call for Kasha, reaching for Akasha. Never leaving home without my piece like I'm a Hatma. From the tribe of Judah, I'm Mufasa. Never turn the other cheek, you'll die at the Oscars. Persona non grata, Mikasa.
Wow. Was that a Will Smith, Chris Rock reference? That's crazy.
Over $500,000 we call for Kasha, reaching for Akasha. Never leaving home without my piece like I'm a Hatma. From the tribe of Judah, I'm Mufasa. Never turn the other cheek, you'll...
Yikes. Nice. Is this Malice? This can't be Malice. This is a little too intricate. Tell me, is this Malice rapping right here? Because if so, this is one of his best verses.
Call for Kasha, reaching for Akasha. Never leaving home without my piece like I'm a Hatma. From the tribe of Judah, I'm Mufasa. Never turn the other cheek, you'll die at the Oscars. Persona non grata, Mikasa Sukasa. Drugs killed my teen spirit, welcome to Nirvana. You was Fuji Lala, how was Alibaba? Dressed in house of Gucci, made from selling Lady Gaga. Hakuna Matata.
Okay, you see, y'all are telling me in the chat it is Malice. This might be the best verse I've ever heard him spit. It's the bravado, it's the way he's nailing his rhymes. He's being very intentional with his rhymes, and even though it's basic, it's not so basic that it feels like it's, you know what I mean, like trapped. It's not time locked. This feels like it can work today. Where a lot of times when I hear him rap, I feel like this would have worked a long time ago.
And wearing tie-dye, umbrella in my rolls. Match the one that's in this my tie. Listen, you are not I. Cross T's, dot I's. I done disappeared and reappeared without a voila. Ballerinas doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. Shopping sprees in Soho. You had to see it. Strippers shaking ass and watching the dope.
Yeah, I respect that. I like that. I think that was probably his best verse in this song with the dimension changes. I'm still a little perplexed by him, bragging about selling Lady Gaga. But I guess if he's talking about his past life, but I still feel some type of way about bragging about things that get people locked up. Because it's like, what do you want for people? What are you trying to do here? Do you care that you're celebrating a lifestyle that, like, there's very many more losers than winners in that lifestyle? I don't just mean the people that are trapping. I mean the people who are getting addicted to these drugs and living their lives abusing these substances. Like, I can't, as a human being, listen to you brag about that with such bravado. I got this from selling that. Am I supposed to applaud you? Am I supposed to like be happy for you when I know that behind that there's a whole bunch of sadness? Like, I understand, like, consenting adults, and these people, like, you didn't force anyone to buy your drugs or whatever. But when you think about what addiction does, I'm just like, I don't know, man. I can't. I don't know. I feel weird celebrating or being asked to celebrate that. All right, this next one is The Dream. We're gonna run through the rest of these. Featuring Pharrell.
Ain't driving to see the path.
Hold on.
I mean, the ears like vitamin C. I mean, yellow like bright as a bee. I mean, the sun like bright as can be. F80 not you tied to me. Just to get from A to B, and I ain't driving to see the path. Made the Eiffel Army won't turn the parades off. God bless takeoff. I said I want the Rolls Royce with the drapes off. And it ain't electric, so it's way off.
Send it back, send it for the Gordo pies. Picked up the Toro and drive straight up the 405. The way that the
Damn, I'm feeling this one. Like, the production on this album has been, they have not missed yet. Like, oh my gosh. Pharrell is, production is crazy.
Borders design, I'm feeling like the Lord of the Skies. Arms like 245, hit him, make sure that he dies. The text won't never reply. The feds came and collected my guys. The rain.
Arms like 245s, it'll make sure that he dies. I don't celebrate the violence at all, but the imagery is crazy. Y'all said Pharrell was in his bag. Let me go back and hear Pharrell's verse again. I think I was more listening to the beat. Let me hear Pharrell at the top again.
Like vitamin C, I mean the ears like vitamin C. I mean yellow like bright as a bee. I mean the sun like bright as can be. F80 not you tied to me. Just to get from A to B, and I ain't driving to see the path. Made the Eiffel Army won't turn the parades off. God bless takeoff. I said I want the Rolls Royce with the drapes off. And it ain't electric, so it's way off.
Send it back, send it for the Gordo pie.
You were talking about the production. He was in his bag. Okay.
Picked up the Toro and drive straight up the 405. The way that the border's designed, I'm feeling like the Lord of the Skies. Arms like 245, hit him, make sure that he dies. The text won't never reply. The feds came and collected my guys. The rain pours and I'm hearing their cries. Went from heaters up to fevers up. Bitches in the back, the seat is up. Now I'm 10 times the.
How do y'all feel about rappers, especially rappers as old as these guys are, calling women bitches? I feel the same way about that as I feel about the N-word. I think it's, like I said, consenting adults can do what consenting adults do. When people agree to do things, even if there's a female rapper on the song, if she jumps on and she's okay with it, I'm like, okay, you do what you do. I just feel like it's wild, disrespectful that by now, at this stage and age of life, like, come on, man, like, you can do better than that. Is it just me? Is that me and my old schoolness?
But if you let the money talk, who's speaking up? sleepwalking, y'all don't dream enough. My third passport, I ain't seen enough. If you can breathe up there, it ain't steep enough. The scale don't lie, you ain't even us. Yeah, sure they want me hit her like an archer, but I'm.
Wow, hold on. So Sharon said, I'm 63 and no offense. Wow. Okay. I really want to hear from my unique Monique. You got to talk to me on this one. Monique says, I guess it's just part of the culture, so it doesn't bother me in a song. But in real life, it's no bueno. Yeah, see, I don't separate the two. All right.
Not that sprint, so I starve her. How we fit 30 studs in the collar. Open the sunroof, wave to my father. Remembering the shipments at the Portsmouth Harbor. Something for the face numbers and the nodders. Grew up playing real life Contra. Never give up, that's the mantra. Lifting all this weight, now I live behind the gate. Should DJ the way they dig it through the crates. You niggas busting bricks on a plate. I need more space to make pace. The rap houses running out of tape. The drug money busting out the safes. Scammers running in and out of Chase. Bottle servers running out of Ace. Went from heaters up to fevers up.
That started off hot and it kind of, I'm not going to say it went downhill. It started off hot and then I think it sort of flatlined. Not that it was a dead track, but once again, if all you're talking about is how you got more than this other person and more women and all, like, do what you're going to do in your life, but this is not, for me, inspiring. And I guess it's inspiring to some people, but they're going to aspire to have bitches like you and to get their drug money up like you, drug money busting out the safe. No one's asking for my approval, but the part of me that wants to be inspired and wants something to aspire to, I don't know. It doesn't do it for me.
Line moving weight was like lipo. The rest of y'all.
Hold on. Let me see what this one is. This is MTBTF. What does that stand for? Anybody in the chat know what that stands for before I go Google it? MTBTF. Let's see who's faster. That didn't tell me anything. Somebody put it in the chat already because I didn't find anything. Did I spell it wrong? No. Oh, MTB. That's why. MTB. That didn't tell me anything either. Hopefully y'all got it in the chat. Let me see. Nobody in the chat? Because mine didn't tell me. All it told me was it was a Clipse song, but let me see. Does Genius have it? Come on, chat, where y'all at? Maybe I gotta listen. Maybe I can figure it out. You know, those memes they put up, they'd be like, if you're black, you understand this. And they put a bunch of letters and you're supposed to know what it means. You know, get your ass in this house before such and such and such and such. I don't know if I believe this. So it means Mike Tyson blow to the face. Really? All right, let's hear the song and see if there's any way in which that could actually be the case. But it's weird because I'm online and nobody's saying what it actually means. All right, let's play it and see.
I remember late nights, pissy hallways, driving me psycho. The money wouldn't come fast enough. We was back and forth down streamline, moving weight was like lipo. The rest of y'all stuck in the rut. Niggas double cross and talk behind your back. See, that's where the knife go. I guess they wasn't fucking with us.
Oh my gosh. I wish. Like if there was a producer that just came to me with just a thumb drive full of tracks, like, yo, for you. And I could just sit and like, the tracks on this project have been stellar. My goodness.
Niggas double cross and talk behind your back. See, that's where the knife go. I guess they wasn't fucking with us. Some niggas get the luck of the draw. For others, life is a dice roll. And waiting on faith ain't for us. When you young, you realize that you can't trust the mouth where the pipe go. They tried but couldn't love you enough. Dance music on my neck. Where's your water bottle? Diamonds, the light show. Looking like the sun in the club. If you reeing up with
I don't know if you might hear. No, FICO is another one that's all letters. They got a few songs on this album. Somebody said, is it FICO? No, they got a few songs on the album where the title is just acronyms or not acronyms, but you know what I'm saying? It's just letters. I can't think of the word right now. But in this song, he's got two different rhyme schemes going. He's got the I-O rhyme scheme and then the rhyme scheme. And you can follow either one. He's dancing back and forth between the I-O, rhyme scheme. That's just great writing. And like I said, with the Tim Brindle, if he would have written this verse, he would have had a page. Over here, he would have had all of his I-O rhymes. Over here, he would have had all of his rhymes. And then he would have been going back and forth writing the verse. I would have tried to do that in my head, and I would not have been satisfied unless I could have gone through the whole thing. Like, it's almost like I was challenging myself to do it in my head. But this is beautiful. The track is beautiful. And the way he's dancing between these two different rhyme schemes is beautiful. Oh, wait, am I wrong? My Unique Monique says, according to Genius, wait, right about what? Right about the Mike Tyson thing? Because I was on Genius and I didn't see that. Let me go back. Oh, I do see it. Okay. Stands for Mike Tyson blow to the face. What an interesting concept. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, my Unique Monique, for making me circle back to Faulane's comment. Anyway, let's go back. Let's appreciate the double rhyme scheme or the dual rhyme scheme he's dancing back and forth between. Hey, Eddie says, no, acronym is right. You said it right. Okay. So wait, it's an acrostic when the acronym actually stands for something. Each letter stands for something. It's an acrostic. This is an acronym. Okay. Let's hear the two rhyme schemes.
Was like light bulb. I remember late nights, pissy hallways, driving me psycho. The money wouldn't come fast enough. We was back and forth down streamline, moving weight was like lipo. The rest of y'all stuck in the rut. Niggas double cross and talk behind your back. See, that's where the knife go. I guess they wasn't fucking with us. Some niggas get the luck of the draw. For others, life is a dice roll. And waiting on faith ain't for us. When you young, you realize that you can't trust the mouth where the pipe go. They tried but couldn't love you enough. Dance music on my neck. Where's your water bottle? Diamonds, the light show. Looking like the sun in the club.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, I'm going to intentionally take a road trip just so I can rock out to this album, and particularly this song. Like, I want to take some edibles and just maybe I shouldn't be driving and taking edibles at the same time, but I want to do something where I can just vibe out, because this track definitely just got me on some like just it's creating a mental scape for me where I just want to go somewhere. I want to be somewhere physically that I haven't been, and it's making me want to go somewhere mentally that I haven't.
If you re-ing up with us, then your credit score gotta be FICO. I'm talking 850 a bus. See, you really willpower when you make niggas balance on tight ropes. They know they not much for the blood. Have my man shoot your block, I'ma send his ass far as the flight go. Ain't worry about ducking the judge. Keep frontin' for your bitches, cause any minute repo might show. You know that shit up in a month. Heard your man was in there singing for his life. They was calling him maestro. Cause time that heavy can crush when you pay a nigga back like it's Lil Wayne whispering.
So just technically the lyricist in me, maestros don't sing. So you got the rhyme scheme down. Probably could have worked a little harder. Your man in there singing, talking about somebody who's telling in jail or telling at least to the police or to the feds. The maestro, right, is the creator of the music conducting. He's not singing, but either way, the technical, that little stuff with
Slow, the last words you hear in the trunk.
You don't know what I know. You ain't seen what I saw. No, you ain't been where I go. With a fetty so strong, you gotta bag it with one eye closed. My shooter turn you inside out. I heard the feds turned the crib inside out. Drop the roof on you niggas, let the inside out. Fresh Prince jacket, boy, I cook them to the inside out.
Go get a Glock 27, fit snug in the waistline. Both sticks came with the drum. I was 5'6", shoulder with a chip. Wish a nigga to take mine. Index yank till it's numb.
So I'm going to look for Malice to do the same thing. He starts off with the same, not the same syllables. His is an AI rhyme scheme and then followed up by the rhyme scheme. Does he keep it through the whole way through? Props and hats off to you if you actually do.
Used to call me Windex, cause this thing I spray gon' make you change minds. I done seen Hercules run. We was power lifting 2.2s. Nah, we ain't throw gang signs. My brick walk was second to none. I would have them take a number like DMV. That was the baseline. Check out or register 1. Miami niggas like Big Perm, cause they numbers was phase on. Cuban showed me nothing but love. When it comes
Nice. Not just the rhyme schemes, but the punchlines, right? Big Perm and Faison. He's working out the rhyme schemes and got punchlines and got cultural references. Another good one for Malice here. I want to say he's keeping up with his brother. I wonder to what degree his brother helped him write this verse.
down to it, every string of bell just needs an Avon who won't sweep it under the rug. On the road with a load near the brake line, I knew where to place mine. I don't keep the gun in the glove. Hit the turnpike with the running lights that be on in the daytime. Cause K9 sniff out a crumb. Hands 3 and 9 on the wheel as I'm crossing the state line. Dumb diddy dumb. Survival of the fittest.
If they were, maybe I'm wrong. If they were like this back then, I slept on them hard, and I need to go back. But they are killing this album so far.
You either get acquitted or FaceTime. I done had an infamous run. My story gon' hit the first 48, then it's on Dateline. Cause this really shit I done.
You don't know what I know. You ain't seen what.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. Mo says, just found out Jim Jones has a response verse. Should we listen to that when we get done with this? If you can find it, throw the link in the chat and I'll play it. We can watch it together. Let me get some of these out of here. We're going to finish this up. How do I remove this from the stage? Remove from studio, remove from studio. Only got a few left. Give me a sec here, tidy up, get these out the studio and put something else in. All right, which ones haven't we heard yet? That was Mike Tyson blow. So now we need do y'all know what the other ones stand for? Because EBITDA is going to be up next.
I mean, the ears like vitamin C. I mean, yellow like bright as a bee. I mean,
No, we did that one. Did I do that twice? Hold on. Let me make sure I got the right one here. So after that, I guess it's FICO. Maybe I'm skipping something, but the one I just tried to play was one we already heard, and it looks like it should be next in the playlist, so I don't know why. So I'm going to pull in FICO. Let's see what this one sounds like.
I remember late nights, pissy hallways driving me.
Okay, so whatever happened. All right, so whatever happened I got all these from the YouTube playlist, and they must have several of them named the same thing, because if you're saying I skipped Mike Tyson blow to the face, let me see what that sounds like, because I feel like when I played that, okay, so I didn't play Mike Tyson blow to the face, so maybe I didn't download that one. So then let's just do this. Can I share the screen? I'm going to share the YouTube screen. We'll play it that way. Okay. This one will probably grow on me, but once again, the bravado, the flexing, nothing new, but I guess the little interchange back and forth with the sound effect, because he's hot. Okay, this is cute so far. It's not pulling me in. White soul master slaves in my safe. I guess he's talking about dead presidents on money. That's one of the most interesting ways I've ever heard anybody refer to money. All right, so y'all gotta forgive me. I'm not going to just sit idly by. Oh, y'all couldn't hear it. Damn. I should have looked at the comments. Sorry. The song is called Mike Tyson Blow to the Face. All it is just them talking about white girls who like getting high on cocaine and they're supplying it. And I stopped it. Imagine had I listened to the whole thing. Y'all would have been sitting there not hearing it and probably would have bounced out. But anyway, no, that song, I stopped it after the first verse because it really just was not audibly, like it wasn't sonically pleasing. and all they're doing is bragging about providing people cocaine. I'm not going to sit there and listen to that. If you're not going to give me, like, you got to give me extreme talent with it for me to sit through it. And you didn't. So I'm on to the next one. Now, if that was the one that Nas was on, maybe I'll find a way to still play it, but I don't think it was. All right, so now we're going to go to Inglorious Bastards and Ab Liva or Ab Liva. Is that somebody from Philly? Who is Ab Liva? Y'all tell me if y'all know in the chat. And forgive me for not knowing. And also tell me if I'm not playing the right song, because clearly what I was downloading, something messed up there. This is Inglorious Bastards.
When we are together, we got power. We have shifted from having a seizure about what the man got to season what we need. Burn, baby, burn.
Catch me in the kitchen where the dope is, with an apron that's whiter than the post is.
Inappropriate.
Like, maybe I should be helped by the fact that they themselves are saying this is culturally inappropriate. But you started off with subject matter and some witty stuff. And anybody know what EBITDA stands for? Maybe I could just go to Genius and put it in. Am I about to listen to you talk for a whole nother song about your drug paraphernalia? I don't want to do that. Again, unless you're going to give it to me with extreme talent that makes me overlook it. But don't be subpar with the skills and be drug paraphernalia to death. Like, come on. I'm looking for this on Genius now. All right, let's go to About. This stands for Earnings Before Interest, Taxes, Depreciation, and Amortization. Earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. So are you going to be giving us, like, you know, tips on how to invest, or you just talk about investing in what you put in the kitchen? Let's see.
What we need. Burn, baby, burn.
Catch me in the kitchen where the dope is, with an apron that's whiter than the post is. Spread distribution wide open. Now all the smokers call him Moses. Hair on browner than baby roaches. Got your bitch bent over like scoliosis. Watching Tiafa with the open. That's the only back and forth that I'm posting. We really netted what we grossing. By the way, I'm writing this on the ocean.
This is
By the way,
culturally
this anchor's
inappropriate.
really frozen. By the way, the sinker's being loaded. Cause by the way, the stinker's really chosen. Head haloing, seated in a late foreign. Name a bitch.
One thing I will say, the track is moving. So even if you don't like the content or the concept, the track is keeping me here. My Unique Monique says, according to Reddit, they structured the entire track, this song, like a financial statement. Okay, let's see if we can get it.
You ain't going two-tone with the Royce rolling. Just a glimpse what the boy holding. Knocking over all you toy soldiers. 1 + 4 acres, no neighbors. I remember the days of no cable.
This is
Colombian
culturally
stallions in the
inappropriate.
stable. With natural titties and no navels. Only work getting done is on the table. Deaf to skimmers and shavers. I'm allergic to anything other than money behavior. Inglorious, victorious, wide body B.I.G. like no.
Even though I don't appreciate the subject matter, I appreciate the imagery that they're painting there. They're talking about having these spots where they're cooking up cocaine or maybe crack. Women, you know, you can go back to the old movies that would actually depict this. Old movies like New Jack City or any other, you know, drug paraphernalia depiction where the women are working shirtless so they can't hide anything. He says the women have their breasts out and no navel. Basically, there's nowhere that they can hide or stash drugs. You have to have no any. The imagery, I appreciate that. Everything else, I'm listening to see how this is structured. Let's see. Am I playing the right song though? I don't know. I'm playing what was downloaded, and the download. Let me see.
Glorious. Tell me as we traffic in a.
The download says this is the one that's got, if I'm pronouncing the name right, Ab-Liva on it, or Ab-Liva on it. So maybe if the downloads are messed up on YouTube, maybe it's not, the names aren't matching the song that downloaded with them. But Faulane says the song playing right now is Inglorious Bastards. That's not what it's called here. All right, so my song titles are messed up. I don't know why it's like that on YouTube. Let me make sure that's right. Well, forget the name that I called it. If this is Inglorious Bastards, then that's what it is. So then that makes me want to hear the one that's actually structured like a financial statement, because I was trying to figure out how this one was, and it's not.
Tricking, somebody gotta show me the difference. Stand on every word whenever I wrote shit. Under my boots, nigga, nothing but go shit.
This is
I was fine
culturally
getting rich
inappropriate.
under their noses. Today a nigga celebrate to you and post it. Saltwater tears, cooked with sodium, McLaren hypercar. No petroleum back then. He'd work under linoleum, that thinking got me standing on this podium. Chop the roof off, nigga, this cool talk. A Virginia nigga driving in New York.
This is
Street
culturally
trap ducking. My
inappropriate.
tits was too dark. The money's in a trailer car. Fuck what you thought.
Been playing in the snow like Rudolph. In a two-door roof, helping me cool off. Chains on me like Slick Rick the ruler. Seats white with the six blacker than Umar. Niggas trying to stop my play, Parisian nights. Private rooms at Bar du Pray, the season's right. Vuitton hug my arms, scribbled in red. Blood diamonds flood my charm.
This is culturally
The
inappropriate.
chauffeurs are made, flights are chartered, the villas and the hills are paved. Blood spilled, ring finger names engraved. Shirts with silk, the yacht light flags are waved. Inglorious, victorious.
So I was looking through my files trying to find out what's going on here with So is this Stove God? Because the content of that song would make sense if this was actually Stove God. Or is Stove God the guest rapper and the song is FICO? I'm looking at what I downloaded here and it's not really telling me what I'm looking at. So Stove God Cooks, maybe that was the guest on the song and the song is FICO. Tell me if that's what that was. And let me see, what does FICO stand for? For them. I already played FICO. So, okay, so I'm actually on I got these from the Clipse page on YouTube and downloaded them. So I don't know why. So I see what you're saying, Monique. Let me try to figure out why it's looking like that on my end. You saying that is so when I click on this song with Ab-Liva, it says it's called Inglorious Bastards. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's showing up as titled something different. So that was Ab-Liva. The song is called Inglorious Bastards. Okay. I don't have much to say about that one. I wasn't really feeling it too much. If y'all have anything to say about it, let me know, but didn't really grab me. I like more soulful tracks, as you can see, emotional. soundscapes. But I guess you need an album to be full. You need to have different sounds and different dimensions in it. Hopefully this next one is going to be. This one says it's called So Far Ahead. So tell me if this is the right one.
They don't know what it is when I'm on it, but once they figure it out, I don't want it. So far ahead, you niggas are behind.
So we know it's the right one because the chorus already told us this is So Far Ahead.
You can't see it from where you sitting, shit. But this Ferrari leather with the matching stitching is so far ahead. You niggas are behind.
Swerving through the lane, serving niggas cane, still ain't never hit a pothole. If I was Brittany Griner, I'ma need Obama, only wanna swap his chapo. Furthest from the streets, Monica Denise, good bitches fuck with Roccos. Put them in them cars, hanging out with stars, now it's hard to tell they not hoes. Your co-defendant claim immunity, it was you and he.
So I like this just for the simple fact, as a technical rapper, they've changed up the timing on this song, as opposed to doing the I'm even going to mess up what it's called here, but this isn't just your typical I think this is like a 1/3 instead of doing 1, 2, 3, 4, it's the so yeah, I think it's the 1/3 timing or 3/4 timing. Is that what it's called? I'm way off with my vernacular and terminology because it's been so long since I was doing this, but I think this is 3/4 timing that they're rapping in, which is a nice change of pace. I mean that literally and figuratively.
How'd you not know? Unless he leaving court in a Bentley Sport just to meet you on a yacht though. Understand the art of war. All my niggas draw, so we all Picassos. Me just being me, respect the P&B. I'll probably never eat at Roscoe's. Million ways to live, million ways to die, million stuffed in an auto. Million ways to wash it, million ways to stop it. Pray for me cause we not though. Best believe I can whip a Christmas Eve with some work in a hot stove. They done took it all, praying that he fall. No more questions about Gestapo.
They don't know what it is when I'm on it, but once they figure it out, I
almost don't have anything to say other than musically what they're doing. I appreciate the change of the timing. Lyrically, nothing special. Content wise, you're back in the drug shit, and I can't give you props for that. So I'm kind of just like, now all I want to see is your brother going to come on and rap on the same timing and technically deliver the same way you just did.
So far ahead, the niggas are behind.
Niggas tried to sneeze at the blessing. How could I just leave was the question. Whistleblowers left me no choice. Ain't no referees up in heaven. No mistaking me for the reverend. Usher in the money, my confession. How your pastor whip a Rolls Royce. That was me pre 9/11. Look at me post Armageddon. Walking with my dog, I am legend. The grass is.
So no, he's not keeping the same switch up of the timing. And it's not a difficult thing to do. But once again, like I said, he's basic with his. There's something technical about being able to switch that timing to rapping in threes, as opposed to doing the typical old school 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. He's back to the basics. I wish he would have kept up with the same timing because, like I said, if all you're going to do is flex on you're driving a better car than somebody's pastor, or you're driving a better, which is a weird flex, right? Pusha T is flexing on other rappers or drug dealers. Now Malice is flexing on pastors. Like that's what you're doing on this? How your pastor drive a Rolls Royce? I was doing that before 9/11. What? Grow up a little bit, maybe?
Greener on each side. I done been both Mason Bethers. I done been at both intersections. I done pulled Ocean's 11s. Even when
I done been both Mason Bethers. So basically, like somebody in the chat said a while ago, the ratchet mace and the blessed mace past the mace. I've been both of those. And I guess that's a flex to be able to say I kind of have a bird's eye view. I've done both sides of the coin. You're still trapped on one side of it. Okay, that's your flex.
the well ran dry, I done raised quotes in the desert. Tried to hide the dope in the message, like we did the coke in the Lexus. Same hands I used to whip work, see me turn them both into blessings. AMG the spokes for the extras, only way to cope with the pressure. When you feel you in too deep, let God take the wheel like a Tesla.
They don't know what it is when I'm on it.
The basicness of it, let God take the wheel like a Tesla, self-driving car. God's going to drive your life. I would have appreciated more skill, something to help me stick with that one. Like I said, had he repeated the technical rhyming of his brother with the switch up of the timing, that would have been good. Other than that, not really much there for me. Hopefully they're going to end strong. Nas is on the next one. Let's see what happens here.
It's always the loud mouths that can't count. The right price, I put the AR in the Saint's mouth. Yeah. Talk about it. Bring all the watches and the chains out. Heat come, I'm De Niro, I got the safe house.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Surrounded by niggas with tears that don't drip. Talk about that. Ain't the ghost that you appeared to go get. Finally got the courage, but you still a whole bitch. The rest of y'all on my 6 year ago shit. Every move intentional, the links is atypical. Like
one of the things I find interesting about rappers who flex, I'm on stuff, or you're on stuff now that I was on 6 years ago. It's always this conspicuous consumption, keeping up with the Joneses. You don't have what I have. But if you actually put the magnifying glass on some of these folks who are talking about, you don't have what I have, you're on what I had 6 years ago, and you look at what they're on now, a lot of times, and I'm not saying necessarily that I know this about him, a lot of times these rappers are getting put up on stuff that their rich millionaire or billionaire friends were doing 6 years ago. So even you are behind the times, but you're taking somebody else's stuff that they were done with, and now you get up on it, but nobody in the section that you came from has it. So you get to go back to them and say, you ain't up on what I'm up on, but somebody else who's further ahead, who's so far ahead of you, they're looking at you like, oh, that's cute. You got up on those. I was doing that 6 years ago. So I don't understand the flex of you're up on things that I was doing 6 years ago. That's not really the
DR. You know what the stick will do.
This is culturally inappropriate.
We got the drop on your shadow. You know we can get to you. The pen to express my dreams and expertise in text I squeeze. Coke spots all over like leprosy. It's a dark spirit tucked behind the flesh you see. Got every single word of the hex I need. The death I breathe, the death I see. Looks so good on you. The coffin wood on you. Closed casket cause I'm only sick and wolves on you. Berlinetta horsepower, put them hooves on you. Blow $500,000 LV leather goods on you. We've been doing this for eons. While you thirsty trying to figure out who you can spill a tea on. I'm in coffee fields, making meals. You get the chills, cause this shit is real. Now let me rip it, bow tie your surprise. The feeling that you get when you realize it was.
I'm really just waiting for Nas because I can't, as a grown man, I can't sit and listen to other grown men try to outgrown men, other grown men. Like, just be on what you're going to be on. If you've got to put somebody else down so that you can be high up, like, I don't know. That's just, I want to see people get past that.
believe it's us. Soul leave your body like a fentanyl rush. Dead on your back with your eyes looking up chandeliers.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Single-handedly boosted rap to its truest place. Fuck speaking candidly, I alone did rejuvenate hip-hop into its newest place. Made it cool for Grammy-nominated LPs from previous generation MCs. And that rings loud and reverberates. It's not fair to them, I'm thinking I deserve the hate. Bring it, only thing you killing is precious time. Used to clash with Decepticons, I was them deaf and blind. So cancel me before I unleash the Panther me. The Pantheon is the family, we some upstanding G's. The difference between regular spitters and bosses, my principles high. You need a glimpse of me from satellites in orbit. Take sabbaticals on avenues, break AKs on vacays when we paddle canoes. Follow the leader, Terminator, hasta la vista. Man of the year, Nasir, rockin' chandeliers.
Y'all impressed by that? I don't want to sound like a hater. First of all, I'm not the biggest Nas fan. That might be, let me start there. I respect what Nas did. As a matter of fact, when he came into this verse, he talked about what he did in the game. Yeah, Nas's first album, classic. I think Jay was right when Jay said, yo, you've been in this 10, I've been in this 5, smarten up, Nas. You ain't really been, you don't have the string like that. Now, in the last 8 or 9 years, Nas has come back and has been smoking with these albums. But to me, Nas is top 10. Nas is not in my top 5. Nas can deliver fire. Nas's last couple of albums, fire. Not fire for his age, fire. Like Nas, classic. That verse though, just now, this verse on this Clipse song, I don't know what I wanted, but it wasn't that. That was. I'm gonna be honest. If I was Clipse and Nas gave me this verse, I don't know how you tell classic Nas this ain't it. I would have probably been like, this ain't it. But y'all tell me in the comments if y'all think this Nas verse was. Remember I said this a minute ago, right? I said, when you feature on somebody's project, you come in with the attitude of, this is a competition, this is a war. I'm headhunting, I'm going for the jugular. I don't know. I feel like that was, I don't want to say subpar because it was Nas. I just don't feel like Nas dug deep on that one. Maybe I got to listen again. Y'all tell me if y'all think I'm wrong. That was, I don't know. For me, Nas is hit or miss. More hits than misses. That was a miss. Crucify me if you want. This is the last song. The last song is called By the Grace of God. Let's see what happens by the grace of God. Roger Shrum said, what the hell happened? Do you tell me what happened? Did something happen with the vocals, with my voice, with the podcast? Were you talking about the Nas verse or what? Let me know. I'll play this last song here. Oh, really? New YouTube shut it down due to copyright infringement? Get out of here. What? All these people doing reactions and they shut mine down. So is it not even? Damn. So they shut it down, meaning you guys had to come back to the page, but I guess I wonder what happens if I play another song. Do they shut it down again? So this means what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go back through this stream and cut out all the parts where it played from the album. So it'll just be me reacting to songs without playing the songs. Well, then I won't play the last one. I'll just end on that note. I love the first half of the album. I think after the first half of the album, it became very much what I remember from them, which is drug talk, braggadocio, not necessarily stellar rhyming, but I don't fault them for that. I mean, you can't get blood from a turnip. Killed it. They killed me. All right, yeah, sorry about this, y'all. Sorry that they shut everything down. All right, so I'm gonna have to edit a bunch of this out. It'll be back up with a farewell. Thanks for coming through, y'all, and rocking with me as we went through this stream. We will we'll patch this back together, and we'll know better for next time. I got to figure out how other people are doing reactions. Maybe they're not playing everything live, but all right. I'm gonna go ahead and live life. This was fun while it lasted. Till the next time. Peace.